There's two reasons why we use a metronome when we practice. First reason is to help us develop some kind of a skill, whether it's a rudiment or a lick on the drums or something like that. Second reason is to help us develop our timing. We're going to talk about the second one today because you might not be doing it right. Drummers have been practicing with clicks for years, and it's worked for a lot of people. So I really don't have the arrogance to sit up here and say that they've all been doing it wrong. However, at the same time, it hasn't worked for a lot of people. There's a lot of drummers that work with a click all the time. Without it, the timing still sucks. So today, I want to make sure that you're getting the absolute most out of your metronome when you practice on the drums. Now there's a video on my channel. It's a really old one. It's about 12 years old. It's a clip from a drum clinic that I did at a church in my area. And in that video, I talk about how to use a metronome to help you develop feel. Now I'm going to go over some of those points again in this video, because quite frankly, I don't recommend watching that video. It's a little hard to watch. Like I said, it's like 12 years old, and the camera was shooting in like 115p or something like that. So it's a little old school. So we're going to update that today. Plus, I'm going to add a couple other things to it. So let's just get right into it, man. Let's talk about how you can use the click on the drums to make sure that you're actually developing internal meter, because it's not enough just to be able to play along with a click. It's more important to have good meter when you don't have one beside you. Now, in order to make this happen, you have to train your ears and your brain, I guess, to be able to hear subdivisions all of the time, right? The point of it is to be able to hear the whole grid while you're playing, because once you're aware of it, you can't ignore it. Now, when you're practicing on the drums and you just turn on a metronome like that, and you start playing, crack, boom, crack, boom, crack, boom, crack, you're merely just following the click. That's fine, and it's worked for a lot of people. But the thing is, you're not getting the brain involved when you do that. You don't really have to think, right? You're just on autopilot. You're just listening to this, right? And hoping you just don't fall off the tightrope. So let me show you how you can get your brain involved in this whole thing, and how we can use the click to help you be a little more aware, or actually a lot more aware, of the subdivisions while you're playing. All right, so who's ready to follow me on this? Huh? You? Good. So let me show you how we're going to clap these out. We're going to use the back of the hand to indicate the 1, all right? And then all the other notes like this. So if we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? So we're going to turn this click on, and instead of using this the conventional way, where it just counts all of the downbeats first, we're going to get the brain involved. We're going to take this click as we're listening to it, and we're going to shift it to another subdivision while we count all the downbeats. So let's start first with the 8th note subdivision. What we're going to do is I'm going to turn this click on. You're going to hear the quarter notes, all right? But we're going to take those quarter notes and we're going to bump them over by an 8th note after the 1. So let me show you this first one, and then you can just follow along. So here we go. 90 beats per minute. Okay? So right now, it might sound like it's counting 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not. We're going to move it over. So what we're going to do is have this count all of the ands. So if we go like this, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Follow me on this. You in the back, you too. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's happening here is that we're training your brain and your ears to hear that subdivision when it's not actually there. This is an awareness thing. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Simple as that. So that's the idea. Now, when you go to practice on the drums, like I said, instead of using it the conventional way, this way is way better. Because two things need to happen. It's one thing to be able to actually hear it and clap it out. It's another thing to be able to actually play along with this while it's counting the ands instead of the downbeats. So next time you're practicing anything in a straight 4, okay, and you have your click set to just basic 4/4 time, I suggest you try it this way. Right? So that's just a basic 8th note shift. Simple idea, but it's going to do wonders for your meter, and it's also going to do wonders for your feel. Anything that has an 8th note feel is just going to feel that much better, and your timing is going to be that much better as well. So now let's try 16th notes. This is a little bit harder. It's going to be a little bit harder to keep track of because they're a little bit closer to where the downbeat is. So you got to be sharp with it. But this is just an example. I'm going to show you 2 of them. I'm going to show you a 16th note after the 1, and then we're going to do a 16th note before the 1. So it'll be the same idea. So let's do a 16th note after the 1. So if we're counting 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E, that kind of thing, we're going to shift this over to count all of the E's. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and that kind of thing. So let's go. Let's get ready to clap this out. Turn this on. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to get as comfortable as you can just clapping this out. And just listen to where that 16th note subdivision lands against the quarter. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, Now let's take it the other way. Okay, we're going to take this, we're going to shift it a 16th note before the 1 and do the same thing. Okay, so that sounds like this. You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, forgot that. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's clapping? You better be clapping. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really start to get a feel for what that feels like. Two, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, Using your metronome this way while you're practicing on the drums is 10 times more effective than just turning it on and following it. Again, the whole idea behind doing this is subdivision awareness. After you've done this for long enough, which really ain't that long, but after you've done this for long enough, this becomes like a spaghetti stain on a sweater, right? You can't unsee it once you've seen it. So, what do you play on the drums while you're doing this? Anything you want. The point of it is to be able to switch over to using your click this way with whatever you're doing on the drum. So whether you're practicing a groove, or whether you're working on a fill, or phrase ideas, or even working on your soloing, especially working on your soloing, this is a game changer, man. And like I said, it's also a really great way to help you develop feel for certain types of grooves and genres. So I'm going to show you some kit examples now. I'm going to show you the two 16th note examples. And I'm also going to show you how you can use this for 6/8. So not only is this way of practicing super effective, but it's also wicked fun, man. Like, this is a brain workout. It's gonna get you a lot more involved when you're practicing. So give it a shot, man. Have some fun with it. By the way, I understand that there's a very good chance that if you watch this entire video, you missed all of the information that I was just telling you because you were too busy checking out this t-shirt. I got you covered, man. Don't worry about it. This is one of mine. This is part of my merch. The link will be in the description box if you want to get one of your own. I got an online shop full of t-shirts and hoodies for drummers, so make sure you go check out the online store, see what else you got in there. I got a lot of cool stuff in there, man. That's it. I'm out. New viewers, new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. This is the kind of stuff you learn on this channel, by the way, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. Thanks for watching this video. Drop a comment below if you dig it. Share it as well if you dig it. Like, subscribe. See you next video.